right. Well, we're going to get kicked off. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Dunbar with Starin. I work on our design and services team. It is Thursday. What is it? October 5th today.
Yeah.
I'm out here in Western Colorado where it's beautiful and sunny. Mike, where are you at today?
I am actually at the Starin headquarters here in Chesterton, Ohio. No, Chesterton, Indiana.
I
Like you
was
think, I
thinking,
know, Chesterton, yeah, it's raining, it's ugly out, but it's beautiful inside their office building. Very cool.
I was
Very
thinking maybe I should go to the
futuristic.
Logitech office today. If I go to the Logitech office and we can do a little
I'm
swap,
actually
you
going to be
know?
seeing our new office next month. We just moved to San Jose, and it's a brand new office. So beautiful office, beautiful setup. I haven't seen it. Like I said, I'll see that in 3 weeks. I just hear it's a phenomenal building. So I'm looking forward to that.
I can't wait to hear about it. I can't wait to hear about it. Well, we're going to look at a couple of things today. I know Logitech's got a whole bunch of exciting stuff happening. Certainly, a lot of people have been asking us about the Logitech site. So, we'll probably get some questions about that. A little bit of housekeeping before we really dive in. For all the attendees, thanks for joining us. Hit the chat. Let us know where you're dropping in from. We've got the Q&A section, which we will monitor for questions. So if you have a question, please type it in there. We'll do our best to either, insert it into the conversation when it fits or answer it in the Q&A or wherever it's best suited. So please drop them in there. As we do, there'll be a giveaway at the end. So stick around. We're going to be giving away a $50 Amazon gift card to a random winner at that point in time. So Mike, with that, I'm going to hand it off to you. Tell us about what's new and exciting about Logitech. What do you guys have cooking?
So for today, we're going to be talking about the Logitech Rally Bar Huddle and the Rally and the site. Two new products that were just launched. Inventory is hitting the channel. We do have site product available now at Starin. Huddles, they have inventory in that as well. There has been a shortage on, and I'll let people know up front, on the Rally Bar Mini for quite some time. So if you've had issues with your distributor partner, it's not them. I hate to say that, it's us. We built a lot of the Huddles, and it shares the same chipsets as the Rally Bar Mini and the Rally Bar. So taking chips from one, putting it for another one, kind of shorted up the ability to ship the minis. We started shipping. There's a bunch of product on its way now to Starin for the minis. Like I said, they have the Huddles in stock, so we're looking good. To that, I'm just going to share the PowerPoint. Let me get back into my Zoom thing here and hit share.
I appreciate the transparency as always. It's a hot product, so people want to buy them. It's hard to keep them on the shelves.
Yeah. Let me go into PowerPoint mode. Slideshow. Okay, so you guys should be seeing my first slide.
We've got you.
Okay, so I'm going to spend time on these two products because that's like the new product. I'm going to spend a little bit more time on site rather than just the Rally Bar Huddle. The Huddle, as I explained, is the next level of a smaller video camera bar system like we have for the Rally and the Rally bars, but there are some interesting things about it. So I'm going to walk through these pages. And then you got questions, I can stop. Are we waiting for all the questions at the end? Or are we going to stop and pick up something that's relevant? Or how do you want to do that?
Hopefully you don't get too annoyed with me. As questions come in, I'll insert them into the conversation where they best fit.
Okay.
And like we say, encourage everybody to use that Q&A section. And we can make this as conversational and discussional as possible.
Okay. And, like me, and if anybody's been on my prezos, I try not to read the slides because I know everybody's looking at their laptops or screens and reading the slides, but the most important bullet points are right in front of you about the data from large conference rooms and how they're enabled. But still, a couple of years later, a year and a half post-COVID, the huddle rooms are still not getting addressed as they should have been over the years. They are starting to be addressed more and more. Therefore, for that need, that's why we came out with the Rally Bar Huddle, to address the bar system within a smaller room system. Granted, we still have the good old meetup, and you can get the meetup with our Nook, which is called the what's it called? I always forget the name of it.
The roommate.
Roommate. I said roommate. So you can always do that. It's a little less expensive. And I'll explain that later as we go through these slides. Anywho, what's the point? And I mentioned before, the video enablement of the huddle room. You know, it's all about delivering the best quality video and sound experience. That's the rationale. We've had Meetup in the line for several years. Our Rally Bar Mini supports the smaller to mid-size rooms. And then our Rally Bar goes from mid to the large rooms. And then we still have the Rally Plus Rally system with the roommate to then do the larger rooms. And as a refresher, the Rally Bars, the Mini and the regular Rally Bar and the Huddle all have the Nook or the built-in system, so you don't have to attach it to anything. It's just pure plug and play, plug in your computer. If you're working Zoom, it's loaded with Zoom, Google, and Microsoft, and 2 other ones that are coming on. So it's already ready to go, out of the box, plug and play. But it's all about, like you keep saying over and over again, equitable meetings, consistent platform experience. We want the end users to experience the same quality video and sound that we offer. So that's the whole point of adding this product to the product line. So huddle rooms. Here's a quick little shot of what the actual Rally Bar Huddle is. I'm actually on a Rally Bar Huddle here in one of the Starin smaller conference rooms. And right now, this is probably a 5-6 seater. Yeah, you can definitely 6-seater. Perfect product for this size of a room. It's probably 12 by 10, maybe a little bit bigger. So it's the perfect experience visually, as well as with the sound quality. But you have the typical information. It's a one-touch to join, especially if you're using our tap product. It has the range for pickup and microphones is up to 23 feet, but I'm only 8 feet, 8 feet away. So it's a perfect sound. And I'm not even like on the loud part of the bar. I'm like mid-range right now. And we do have a digital shutter. So I see it here on the camera. I don't know if I have a beauty shot about that, but the camera has a shutter that stays in the front closed at all times. And the minute you hit your join for any meeting, the shutter then slides open. You don't see that here. Like I might have it in my presentation somewhere. But
Mike, one question we get is
yeah,
it's a physical shutter that slides in front of the lens.
it's a physical built-in shutter. I wish I had a beauty shot. Let me see if I have it. I might have it somewhere, but the camera, it looks just like the rest of these 3. So, well, these are the huddles, but you would then have a little slider that just slides across. It's built in the system, comes with the typical graphite cover, dark cover, and it's like a light gray shutter that slides across automatically. And if I shut off this, it would slide closed. So it protects the lens. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So go ahead.
I was just going to say, so one of the questions we got, somebody wanted to see the room, and I know right now the Rally Bar Huddle is doing its framing right now by zooming you in.
Right.
It is a pretty, yeah, maybe that if you just want to get up, I've been in that room. I know the one you're in. It is pretty lively. It's hard surfaces. There's thin carpet on the floor. Other than that, it's drywall and tables.
So I'm moving. It should be following me. Should be focusing in on me. As I move away from the table, I'm in the chair. I can stand up and show you my little fat body.
Oh, you look great, Mike. Come on.
Right now, the camera, just to let you know, is not connected to the top of the screen. It's to the bottom of the screen. When they kind of put this in here for me, so I can work with the Huddle and use it and talk about it. But normally this would be then put on top of this screen, looking down a bit. So you're kind of looking up a little. But as I sit back down again, we kind of played with it and got it like a nice look straight at me. So
yeah, and it is following you. And to Randy's point, the question, I mean, it is a somewhat acoustically challenging room. There's a window on the right side, so it's all flat, hard surfaces.
It is.
And you sound pretty good. I mean, there's a tiny bit of room sound in there, but It sounds pretty good in my opinion.
No, it does. It picks it up well. It does have the noise cancellation or suppression in it. When Brandy, who works with me, Brandy is my product manager here. She works with Starin. She came in the room, it'll automatically focus into her. If she moves, it'll focus back. So that if there's movement between three people here, or if we're sitting here, and I'm speaking and they're not, the rally bar huddle, just like the minis and the standard bar, would focus in on me. And if somebody else to the side of me starts talking, it would pull back so it includes them on the video call. So it has super intelligence. That's our right sight, our right sound, and right light technologies that are all built into these video bars. These are another reason why a customer might want to upgrade from the current Meetup. The Meetup, I hate to use the term, just a dumb camera. It is a camera on steroids, but there's no intelligence built in. You still have to have that roommate. You still have to have a Nook first to drive the video. But then it's just a pan, tilt, zoom, 1080p camera versus 4K, right? Doesn't do all the pans and moving around that a rally bar product does. So there is.
So those are kind of your key differences.
Yes, key differences. Price point, I mean, someone was like, yeah, the rally bar, let me move to a different piece here. We're talking about the zones, grid zone and camera zone. So if we had the people in here before and they were talking, we have all of us here, and the camera picks up that. I'm trying to think to see if I have. So for the equitable meetings, this is kind of if I had a tap in the room, but I was talking about the rally bar huddle versus the Meetup. Meetup being half the price, you still, if you don't have the Nook or the intelligence, you have to add it to that price. So automatically you would have to get a roommate. So now you're at $1,200-$1,300 versus $1,700 here. But also the camera here is 10 times better because of the right sight, right sound, and right light technologies that are built in. It wouldn't move and keep changing the grid views based on who's in the room with the Meetup. This is where the technology needs to be. We're still going to offer the Meetup for those end users that either A, don't want to spend the money, B, don't understand the rationale. And also, sometimes you just need something down dirty and simple, right?
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
It's a good, better, best, and oh my God experience within the bag, right? So the top of the thing is the Rally Bar Mini, Rally Bar Huddle, and again, different size rooms, but you have your second option below that with the Meetup with or without our roommate.
Mike, so if you want to save this for a slide, by all means, or if you want to address it now, one of the questions that came in was if we can add mic pods or any kind of microphone extension to the Rally Bar Huddle.
Yeah, so you could, but really you don't need it. I mean, because if you're going to start adding mic pods, which means the room probably has 10 to 12 people in it, now you need to move to the Rally Bar Mini. So you have to really understand the dimensions and size of the room system that you're working with. You'll add the mic pods for sound, but if I'm now way past here where I just moved back 8 feet further, 6 feet further, and there's 9 chairs in front of me, you don't go sell the Huddle, you're selling the Rally Bar Mini. So therefore you don't need the mic pods and all that. It's just size of room versus what is needed within the room is how you sell the room. And Logitech, Brandy here at Starin has all the information on sell sheets and spec sheets to say, hey, we even have a one pager that says, if you're going to do a room with 17, 18 to 20 plus people, use this camera. Room that's 12 to 14, use this camera. So we have that spec'd out for you. So do you really need another mic pod? I would say no. I would look at the next level.
Well, and I know that's a question that will probably come up with site as well and audio integration. So I think we can save a little bit more of that conversation for that chunk of this as well, because I want to look at that and it plays into it. One question we got is how the Rally Bar Huddle handles additional people in the room. So we have framing. So if
Brandy in here,
if somebody comes in, hey, if she's available, let's live. Yes, let's live it.
Around. Let me just get.
I love it. This is what this is for. So we can see how this behaves. I mean, there's all sorts of terminology out there, right? Between framing and tracking and group framing and speaker
Okay, so you
framing.
have me here right now, right?
Yep, we have
So
the
I'm
wide
here.
shot. I see the table.
Now here comes Brandy, right? So come and sit down over there, slide up here, and
Yeah,
then you
Brandy,
should
if you
be
could grab
able
a
to
seat.
see Brandy and me. It's all right, it's moved right now. I don't see it on my end because I have the presentation up, but you should be seeing both of us now clearly.
Yep. So now it's framed in both of you. Yep.
Yeah,
Thanks
that's
for joining
called
us,
right
Brandy.
size.
Brandy
Thank you so
Albrecht,
much,
thanks
Brandy. By the way, that's
for
Brandy.
joining us. Yeah, Brandy
Yeah.
is our brand manager here at Starin for
Yes.
Logitech. She does a great
Yes.
job working with Mike. So
So
that's the
that's
framing when you get
the
multiple
framing.
people in.
Yes. And then we start talking about sight, we add more intelligence to that, but that is what this does constantly. These things with the sound and the sight and all that are not in the non-bar products. They are not in the meetup. They're in all the Rally products. So even the Rally Plus, that's for the large room, even though it doesn't have the Nook, or you have to get a roommate to then drive the video. Since it's a Rally product, it has all of that technology built in. These are the reasons why you spend a little bit more money for the right quality and for the right size room. Okay. All right. So real quick picture. We offer different, clean covers for healthcare. We have different off-white. We have an off-white cover for this. We even are working with a company, and I never can remember their name, but they're making special fabric covers specifically for this product if you wanted like a funky color. And that's a third party. And if somebody's interested, I can find out who that is. But really in meeting rooms, you're going to be sticking with this graphite. Or if you're into that whole matte white look, we then have the white cover for that. Recycled plastics. So Logitech is huge into sustainability. We are net negative or close to net negative and carbon neutral. So everything we do, we try with our packaging and everything to be the lowest available amounts of plastic. And this product is our first product that we're using up to 42% of the actual product with post-consumer recycled plastic. So we're trying our best to do the best for the planet. We're very involved in this as a company. We're one of the top companies in the world that does this. I can't speak to my competitors because I don't know what their level is, but I can speak to ours. Does it drive additional revenue? I don't think so, but it does, with a large company, fulfill their need to be working within this zero carbon neutral world that we need to be in to save the planet. So I'm going to move on. And this is kind of a solution, right? So we talk about whatever Rally products we have, bar, mini, regular Rally bar, and then you have your tap IP that if it's sitting on the table here, you'll walk into the room if you're on Microsoft or Zoom or even Google. It's a one-touch screen that then lights up the camera, lights up the video, lights up the sound, which is great. We also introduce our tap scheduler, and that sits outside the room on the wall. And most of it's sold in white because most walls are white or off-white. And really the tap scheduler is speaking to the tap IP. So before you go in a room, you just hit your meeting room and then it changes everything and turns off whatever's there and then brings your meeting on immediately as you walk in and sit down. Also, some companies I've been to where they have that, and you always go to a meeting room, there are people that are sitting past their time. And no one ever does that, right? But people are sitting past their time. You just hit your meeting, you hit your meeting on the wall outside, turns off whatever's turned off there, turns on to your meeting. So it's a point for them to get out.
That's my favorite. It's one of my biggest pet peeves.
Out. Oh, I can't stand that. Yeah.
By the way, Mike, you're getting kicked out a sharp at the top of the hour here. So be careful.
I'm doing good. I don't have that many slides and we're talking to and having a conversation. So yeah, I'm always pretty much on time. Then the switch, if people don't know what the switch is, it looks very simplistic with just that little piece, because that little piece sits on top of the table and all the dynamics are under the table. But it's like if we're doing a Zoom meeting here, like we are, but I come in with my laptop and they need to switch us to a meeting that's a Microsoft meeting or a different meeting, I would just take the HDMIs that are there, plug it into my laptop, and I would then take control of the meeting room. And when I unplug, It goes back to the standard meeting that is assigned to that room. So it's a really good product. And then Scribe is our whiteboard product that's used within education and healthcare. And it depends on the company's need with doing whiteboards. What's nice about Scribe, I call it a ghost mode. So if somebody's drawing on the wall, the person that's actually doing the drawing, Scribe removes that person and the whole being, and all you see is the words and the numbers up on the whiteboard like magic. So there's nobody in the way. A really cool product, definitely used in certain verticals. And then there's covers again. And then we have these target audiences, right? So what's great about working for Logitech, a lot of these IT specialists and directors and leadership people know Logitech because of our brand recognition in we call it the core category, mice, keyboards, webcams. I mean, our history, the products that we make are all amazing. We have market share that ranges from 60 to 80% within those categories. There's a company, Microsoft, that used to, I say used to as it was selling mice and keyboards for years, and they backed out of the whole category now. And now Logitech is picking up all that lost revenue because they walked away from it. They tried to compete with us, but really, we make the right products on the desktop that also then now shows in the video conference room. What's nice about all that is that we know from a one-person endpoint, which, like, if I'm sitting here working at home, I got a webcam, I got a headset or a speakerphone, mouse and a keyboard, one person endpoint, all Logitech. Now, all the way into the boardroom, in large boardrooms, is Logitech. I like calling it, if you're selling keyboards and mice and video equipment, one throat to choke. So if there's a problem somewhere, it's a Logitech product. You come to us, and we have a full back-end department with engineers that will help you fix things.
I've had some great experiences with those myself.
Yeah, I mean, we have it started a couple of years ago with like 2 people. Now I think there's a dozen. Plus with our different warranties and guarantees that we offer that people are able to buy when one of these products are sold. We have white glove services available on all of our products. 24-hour turnarounds if you're in the white glove service. So there's all these things that we built. We're learning and learned that we really needed to be in this warranty guarantee business. Yeah, there's a revenue stream behind it, but also we're taking onus on problems. We're taking control of the issues. We're fixing the issues. So we're here to support. It's not like you're not going to have Logitech support other than just your distributor that you're working with. And Starin's great at that. But you also have a full Logitech team. This was that quick comparison, right? The Meetup versus the Rally Bar Huddle. And you can see the difference in price point. $8.99 to $16.99. But again, you still have to add a roommate or any other Nook or device to then be able to generate the video for a few $100s more. I see the $8.99 sticking around for a while. Maybe over the next year or so that Meetup might go away. I haven't heard. But also we might be playing with it with different kind of promos and discounts. But as a company, we really want to be in the bar system. That's where it needs to be. Think of the Meetup as the back of your bag, and if you need to, it's there. But if you're reading this, you can see all the different mounts that we have that's offered and the different kind of sensors, the camera. So it's really a reason to migrate up to the Rally Bar Huddle. The next slide kind of shows you our competitors, which I like to show. So again, we show the MSRPs on the bottom. I'm sorry, this is us. And we talked about
the lineup here. The
lineup, yeah. We talked about the next one is with the competitors. I'm sorry. The question that came in with an additional mic pod, right? So really no need, as you can see. There are no places for additional mic pods because you're going to be then putting it in a room that's too small. And you should then be selling the Rally Bar Mini because you can connect up to 3 mic pods for more sound. And then you go into your Rally Bar, a little bit bigger room, and then up to 7 mic pods in the full Rally Plus system. And you see our MSRPs, and it makes sense as you look through the room systems. I'm just going to pause for a second. Anybody got any questions on
We're
this?
cruising right now.
Okay, good.
We chopped a lot of them out early. I will say shout out to Randy for digging up the link for us. Heckler is the company that makes the covers, which is also a brand
Yes,
we carry here at Starin.
we
And
work
thank you,
with
Randy,
Heckler a
for grabbing
lot.
the link.
Heckler's a great
Great
product
company.
company.
Yep.
Yes. So here you see competitively, you look at your standalone MSRP, we kind of look at between us, Neat and Poly. We're not really worried about Jabra right now or Yealink. It's the three to the left. And that's our main competitors in this category. But then you look at, okay, so we're less expensive than the Poly. The Neat's not offered as a standalone device, but then you look at the bundle. All right. And that's a bundle with like a tap, but still we're less expensive. And as we go up with our warranties, we add our warranties in the third level. With our 2-year warranties, we're at $2,300 MSRP versus almost $3,000 and $4,000. Not only do we make probably the best in class product, we also offer we believe the best in class warranties and back end. And then also our price points can't be touched. So these is where you work with Starin to focus on Logitech. And then it talks about the cameras, expansion mics that are not needed. So really, that's the main thing of the three super highlighted ways we deploy and how we compare to the Polys and the Neat. There'll always be somebody less expensive than us. There'll always be somebody more expensive than us. We just feel because we've always hit that sweet spot, we want to stay in that sweet spot.
Okay, sorry, Mike, we have one question. And I know we were talking about this earlier. Whether or not the Rally Bar Huddle comes with a remote control. Which
I was
I believe
looking for one. I don't think so.
It does not. I dug it up here. No.
Really, because the remote control, like on the Rally Plus and stuff, you need to focus in, focus out, zoom in. This does it all itself. So once you turn it on, you sit down and let all the technology, the right sight, right sound, right light, works within the bar. You don't need a remote because if I'm moving around, the camera's changing to me. If people come in and go, the camera's constantly changing. Every quarter of a second or something, it's looking around. So you don't need that remote to move it around, which is one less thing to lose and one less thing to break. Right. So It's a smart move. That's why we've been built in the shutter as well. Another thing you don't lose or break.
Randy says you should add some voice control so you can say Logi mute. I like that idea.
I wouldn't be surprised with all the AI coming out.
Hey.
That you never know. It's kind of like when you're sitting in your car, you have a newer car, and it's like, go to XM radio channel 26. I wouldn't be surprised with an update to a software or something that we will have that in a year.
We're probably not that far away, huh?
No, I said with AI, I mean, God knows what can happen. So it's actually I'm sure we're looking at it. I'm sure there's some engineer in some room at Logitech looking at that. So just stand by for that one, right? And I want you guys to know about the Huddle Up. So it's a buy and try program, right? So it's for the Rally Bar Huddle by itself and also with the Tap IP. So you got your $16.99 MSRP and your $22.99. That's not your cost, whatever your costs are. It's from now, actually last month to the end of the year, giving you an opportunity to buy and then try the Rally Bar. So purchase a Rally Bar Huddle from Starin. You'll have 30 days to decide if you want to keep it. Okay. And how it works is, I'm going to read this. Resellers all you guys are eligible to receive a complimentary training and receive a badge credential from Logitech. In our Logi U, if you go in there and take a course, you will learn about the product. And then you'll be able to use it, try to sell it, try to resell it or whatever. Now you have 30 days to keep it. If you keep it, you own it. If you decide to return it, which we hope you don't, but I think we get about an 80% traction on it, the distributor will refund you a check. So it's a great opportunity. If you're not sure, you want to try and buy something, you can try and buy either one. It's already set up at here at Starin. Brandy, who was in the room, that's her email. It's brandy.nellis@starin.biz, or you can always email your Starin sales rep. They're offering this now. I know they sold a few of these and people are very excited about it. So here's an opportunity to get something pretty much, use it or don't. And then if you don't, it'll come back. Okay.
Yeah, we have had a lot of success with those kind of programs. So certainly
Yeah.
for those folks out there who are interested, reach out to your salesperson. We'd be happy to help you take advantage. This is what we're really here for.
Well, yeah, I mean, site is selling like mad. We didn't have enough product. Okay. So now we're starting to finally ship whatever shipment's being sold. But the whole idea that the site rounds out what goes on in a medium to a large room. Okay, this product, will it work with the Rally Bar Huddle? Yeah, but you don't need it. You want to work it with the Rally Bar Mini or the Rally Bar because it's for the larger rooms. It's very easy to deploy. It's plug and play like everything else. It just plugs into the Rally Bar product as an extension of the Rally Bar with a different viewpoints, and I'll go through all that. This in Sales 101 gives you the opportunity to go back to your previous customers who bought the Rally family of bars and products and go, hey, Logitech got the next generation of what you need in your room system. And it's called Sight. And a lot of people have heard about it. So it's not like no one knows. We're out there promoting it and everybody's talking about it. So it gives you a chance to go back and sell something. All right. So messaging, the most important part here is, yeah, I can talk about cross-sell and upsell. We're all in the sales. So you know what you need to do, but it's a tabletop companion. Please remember, this is not a standalone product. There's a product out there, and we actually made a mistake. One of the marketing people, when we first got this, and I was at an event, and it showed the site on one part of the page, and it had the owl. And they're not the same product. The owl is a standalone little camera that sits on a table, similar to our old Conference Cam Connect. The Rally Bar, the site has to pair with the Rally Bar or Rally Bar Mini. All right, it's an addition to increase the whole point of a video meeting. So remember that. In addition to not standalone. All right. So how does it look in the room? 5 to 12 seats. I would say a little bit larger than 5 because this is a 5 or 6 seater, and you really, I personally think you're fine here with the Rally Bar Huddle. I would go 8 seats and up, 10 seats and up. Even to the large rooms where you can deploy 2 sites. That's coming down the road. The Disty chain, or I'm sorry, Daisy chain.
That leads into a great question that you sort of answered. So, is there support for multiple sites to be connected, and if so, what are the limitations to that?
There will be up to 2 sites can be done, but we haven't gotten to the point of releasing that yet. So
got it.
The first go around is a site by itself to work with the Rally bars. And then I would say probably in 2024, next quarter, the ability to daisy chain them. Because we're working on that now. So that will be the really large rooms, right? This is where you have 20 seats and up, where you really need a secondary site. It's not that they won't work, but it's our software that needs to catch up to have a site be able to talk to a site, be able to talk to the Rally bars. So it's sense. The communication between the 3 different things. Because here now, the site itself communicates constantly with the Rally bar because they pick which is the better viewpoint between the 2 of them. And I'll show you that.
I think one thing I'd love to just add to that, so you're talking about the sizes, Mike, and where this fits is also the shape of the table. What the site does is allows people to stay face to face with one another if they're across the table and not have to direct their attention.
You blew up my other slides. There you go.
Oh, I jumped early. I'm sorry. Well, hey, we do have
important. That's important. That's one of the most important things about it.
That one of the table that you're sitting at, while not giant and has whatever 6 seats at it, it does have people on opposing ends, which is important to note. We do have a couple of questions. And if you're going to touch on them in a slide, then we can get there. But people are asking about how the site is connected to the Rally bar. What type of cable is used there?
It's USB-C.
Got it. And is that included?
This is the site. I have one in my hand. All right. So This is the actual Logi site. It's the first time I actually physically seen it. All right, so you've got your power ports, you've got your 2 different cables, and you've got your audio, your video connectors. So that's how it connects.
Is
And then
so USB.
it looks like that USB, it's video cables. There's a power cable and then a video out cable. It's not HDMI, it's a video out cable, it looks like, because it's the first
Not a
one
cat cable.
Yeah, kind of like that. And
It is a cat cable.
Yeah, it looks like a cat cable, because I don't
Okay,
see
so
any
cat
more
cable.
cables. Yeah, it's a cat cable.
Cat cable.
Yes.
Back to the bar.
Back to the bar. Everything connects to the bar. All right. Everything connects to the bar.
There's a power connection there, so it needs local
Yes.
power as well.
Yes, it does. Yep.
Okay. So it's a
And it's
cat
about-
connection back to the bar, and you need local
Yes.
power.
Yeah, I should take a picture of this and add this to a presentation.
Yeah, that's what all the technicians and all the designers want to see. What kind of connectivity you got?
Yeah. All right. And it's probably
Awesome.
about 5 or 6 pounds, maybe a little bit more. And you'll see there on here, you'll see the different cameras, right? The 2 different cameras. It's got a 320-degree, I'll show you that again through here, but let me change slides. Let me get into it a little further. But this is not just showing you a different view of the actual room. And this is the grid view, a multi-camera view that we use, and that's used off of the Rally Bar products, but that's without using the new site. And then what's interesting about site is how you see this. If where you're sitting at home or in your office, this is, let's say you have everything Logitech, right? So of course I'm going to show just Logitech, the Logi dock, mouse, keyboard, our headset, but this, and then one of our Brio 105s or 305s up as a webcam. But this is a viewpoint for a better perspective. This is what you'd be seeing by using Sight, and gives you more an inclusive experience, because that's what we're talking about, people opposite each other that are talking.
Right.
That's one of the strangest things, but I'm trying to show a different slide. So this is the different viewpoints, right? Sight will provide a picture-in-picture view on Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Google, etc. Later on, there'll be more video platforms to be able to collaborate on our products. There is a certain Microsoft and Zoom certification for Sight that's all been done as prior to launch, but this is what you experience. So if you were still just using a Rally Bar, you would have our right site, it would zoom in towards one person. But here you're sitting in your office and people are having a conversation, just like you said, across the table from each other, rather than everybody turning towards the camera and having a conversation to the camera, but not to themselves. So now they can be sitting in a room, whether it's 6, 8, 12, 15, 20, looking at each other, having a conversation like we used to always have without cameras. But you on the other end are seeing from Sight the conversations like you're part of it. You're part of sitting there. You're included in the conversation. That's the unique difference with Sight.
Right. There's some conversation going on. We in the chat, we are currently sharing some links that have the wiring diagrams from Logitech, and that detailed information. So for those of you asking questions about that stuff, there's a couple of links going on. Definitely check those out. And there are some specific answers. It looks like PoE is an option. There's some details in there. So please check those out. Back to your point, Mike, I think that's like my biggest consideration when you think about, is a site a good solution for a room that I'm working in, is, how many people, especially long tables. It doesn't have to have 100 seats at it, but long tables. Right. Now you get people doing this, or now they can stay here.
Yeah, I mean, in this room, that's a nice size room. Yes, you can put a Rally Bar Mini in here. I personally think it'd be overkill. But if you really wanted to have that immersive experience and use Sight, you need to use the Rally Bar Mini or the Rally Bar. So I think in a small room like this with 5 or 6 chairs, it's overkill, but everybody has different needs. Some companies don't care about the price points. They want the best available technology now. So you could put it in here. You know, you need to make this table a little bit bigger, come down to about here. You'd be fine. But what I love about Sight, and I really did not understand it until I started seeing all these different slides and being part of the launch of it, is how you feel as a person on the outside looking in on these meetings. I mean, I work from my home office. I've always done it. You know, I'm never in meeting rooms unless I go to somebody, one of my distributors. But we all still, like I had meetings a couple of months ago somewhere else. There's like 12 of us in a room, maybe 14 of us. We're all staring at the monitor, staring at the rally bar. Where if we had Sight on the table, we could be looking across each other like we used to. And the people outside looking in feel like they're really part of it. So that's the important piece of it here. I think it brings me a little bit more humanity into the technology, if it makes sense.
There's a lot of conversation about, for years now, we've heard conversation about video conferencing and nonverbal cues. And when you're only able to see the speaker, or when you're only able to pay attention to the speaker, that you can see their nonverbal cues if they're not speaking or in between, sentences or something like that. But then you're focusing on that, and you're not picking up everyone else at the table and everyone else in the group and their nonverbal cues, which are very important to how we communicate, as human beings. So this to me is a huge step forward in terms of meeting equity, and also leveling the playing field for hybrid meetings being more on par with a full in-person gathering. One question we got is it on the roadmap? And if so, what does that look like to use the Sight with the Rally system?
It's coming.
The Rally Plus? Okay.
Yeah, it's coming.
That is on the roadmap.
Then you have to see, the difference is the Rally bars already have all the other technologies in it, plus also the built-in presence of the software like Zoom, Microsoft, Google. I think down the line, there will be a refresh of the Rally product, whether we make it inclusive or be able to have the Sight be able to talk to the roommate, because the Rally Plus is a camera coming off of the Nook. So there's things they're working on. We know about it. Trust me, we know about it. We know we need something else. So that's going to probably come within the next year. Don't hold me to what I just said, but I believe from all the years I've been here, it's over 12. I think that between that, AI, and different little things we just talked about, that's the next generation of this. And I wanted just to see it's a 315-degree field of view, not 360. And the reason because of that, nobody sits at the front end of the table, because otherwise the camera's going to have the back of your head like mine, and you see my big bald spot. So
we'd rather see your beautiful face.
There we go. Yes. But I'm just saying that's why the camera is a 315-degree field of view, not 360, not 340. It cuts off the front end of the table where no one should be sitting anyway, so we can focus in the right areas. And this just gives you how we just showed you as live people talking, how this person's talking, it'll focus in on them as the main view, and then you'll see people to the side. And as that person changes and talks, it'll talk with the Rally Bar Mini or the Rally Bar constantly, and go, okay, he's now turning away from me, and they're facing, and the Rally Bar will then take over the video. So that it's constant communication between the Rally Bars and the Sight, who has the best video, and that's a fraction of a second. So you on the far end don't see the difference. It's like bang, next picture of a video. It's like when you're watching a movie, they cut and move things around. That's what this is. So all the participants are part of it, using our right Sight and smart switching, we call it. And these are just little beauty shots of where it can sit with 10, 12 chairs, 11 chairs, and where it sits in the middle of a table. And then as we move along and daisy chain to the bigger rooms.
I love that they show the scribe in there too, which I know you mentioned earlier, but just don't sleep on that product. It's really great. It works wonderfully. It's very easy to use, and keeps the in-room collaboration happening for everybody on the call. So I'm glad to see it there.
Yeah, and to your point, which is a great point, is now with having Sight, Before, if there were no sight in that room, you'd get up and the Rally Bar product would then look, find you and focus on you, but you really didn't have the right angle moving with certain things on the video side. But by having the sight on the table, if you get up and move to the whiteboard, it's going to have a perfect picture that you feel that you're, again, still part of it. The person's up, moving around, having that presentation, talking and drawing on the whiteboard. It really immerses you in even deeper. So it's a phenomenal product. And this is what it looks like. I don't need to show you. Simple and clean to install. Yes, plug. 7 boomforming mics. And out of the 7 omnidirectional mics, it has 12 acoustic beams. So it not only 7 mics, but it has 12 acoustic beams. I'm sorry, you wanted to say something.
A question that came in. So those microphones work in conjunction with the Rally Bar microphone?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes, everything talks to each other and picks up the right sound and the right sight all at the same time. So it's choosing. I probably would say, depending on the size of the room, if the speaker's towards the back end of the table, it's using that. If the speaker's towards the front end of the table, it's picking up off the bar.
Yeah, I would think. I know there was some conversation earlier when we were talking about pods and things like that. Just, especially in the room that you're in, there's people with laptops in front of them, and just the closer you can get to a sound source, the better it's going to be. So
right.
that does that.
So here, just another shot. The site picks up the audio around the table to detect and capture voices, and whether the participants are speaking towards each other or towards the participants on the screen. That conversation is captured clearly, as well as the video. So all this is going on behind the curtain, let's call it.
Sure.
Another crude little picture. There's a mute button, indicator lights. I don't know, I have that again. This is your one Cat 5, Cat 6 cable that goes from your site to the Rally Bar. So it's a Cat 6 cable. That answered the question from like about 10 minutes ago.
Yes. And I did dig up, excuse me, in one of the conversations we were having with some of the connection, it does look like there is an adapter for the Cat 6 to then plug into the bar that comes with it.
Yes.
And in that link that I dropped in the chat that everyone can see, you can get further information on that.
And then, PoE, power over Ethernet, provided with that, the network or PoE injector. So it's there. It's all built in, all ready to go.
PoE Plus, I noticed in the guide,
PoE
and it
Plus.
does say there. Yeah,
yes.
Just important call out.
Sorry.
Awesome. No.
I believe that's it. So I'm going to stop sharing.
I love it. Just want to say thanks to everybody for the fantastic conversations. I think we had nearly 30 questions come in that hopefully we addressed and answered. I know there was some we dropped some links to so people could go dig into that information, and we want to make sure that we're giving out the right information. So if we're not sure, we're going to say we're not sure and point towards the material that has the exact info. Mike, thanks so much for hopping and joining us from the Starin office. Yeah, we do. I'm getting info on our giveaway here. We do have a winner. I just want to say congrats, Randy Marcotte. Hopefully I'm saying that right, Randy. You are the winner of the $50 gift card. If anybody didn't get a question, that they want answered or want more information, certainly check us out, starin.biz. You can get all the information there and hook up with your sales rep. And if you want to put your hands on some, we can definitely help get some hardware in your hands and with your end users using the program that we've talked about. So
go after that buy and try. Definitely go after that buy and try. What an opportunity.
Absolutely.
For Rally Bar Huddles.
Absolutely. Mike, we got Steven. I tell you what, Steven, asking about a transcript of the Q&A in chat. Let me ask about that after the fact and just make a note. I know we can send out some deliverables after the fact. I just don't know if I have access to that. So if I can, I will. Steven Hasser, got you. Whew. Awesome. Thanks everybody for joining us. We will send Steven, I'll follow up with you on that question. And if you need any more info, please reach out to your Starin salesperson and check us out at starin.biz.
Thanks so much. Have a great rest of the week.